when we're told so often that we ought to be going out and making ourselves known in the community, and we should be sharing this sort of gospel of hospitality with people, and often you don't know how to do that, but this is a straightforward way. It's not necessarily easy because there's a lot of work goes on, all the baking at home and stuff before it comes here, but it's a comparatively straightforward way of just opening your doors and being available.
Apart from at Christmas time, Inverness Methodist Church has held a coffee fellowship every Wednesday for the last 6 years. Is it hard to keep a commitment like this going that regularly?
Not for me, and I can speak for other folks as well. They give their time willingly, and it's not a problem ever. We've had as many as 36 here at one time.
Church members?
Not always church members, no. Where they come from various places over the town.
And you were saying, you and your wife, you don't have a connection with the church?
No, we came in, well, we seen a notice outside the church, and we thought we'd go for a friendly cup of tea.
And that was how long ago?
Oh, about 2 years ago now, it must be at least.
I've just moved out from the Salvation Army. I was with them for almost 2 years, and I've now moved on after working with them for 2 years, and I've been able to move from where I was onto my own premises.
So I guess this is a place where you can actually come and meet up?
Yes, yeah, and get up to speed, anything.
How's the flat going? Enjoying it?
Yes, I all organised now, and it's lovely to come here. It saves you having breakfast on a Wednesday.
It may not be as high profile as sending a missionary to the far side of the world or something like that, but you can really feel as though you're doing something and making a difference.
It sounds almost like informal chaplaincy that everyone is involved in.
Yeah, but the great thing for me is that people come. I don't have to go and knock on on the doors of strangers. I don't have to go and collar people in the street. I wouldn't be very good at that. But here I can just sit and drink coffee, and the world comes to me, and I can say hello and how are you. And every now and again I'll get the chance to say Jesus loves you, or whatever the message for the day is.
In the church porch is evidence of another way in which members of the congregation are doing their bit within the community. Here, donations are collected for distribution at the local food bank.
Some of or a lot of the local churches actually have boxes in their halls or wherever, and a lot of folks take food along on a regular basis. But we have twice a year a special collection in the churches, one in this time of year, April, and at the harvest time. So the local churches are very generous, and they're given a certain 4 items to collect from our shopping list.
The Food Bank initiative was first established in Salisbury and is operated in Inverness by the Blytheswood Trust and its volunteers.
It's just a short-term help, just to help them over difficulties, and at the moment it seems to be benefit delays are probably the biggest reason for the food bank at the moment.
With a fairly elderly average age in the congregation, they're not on the whole going to want to do massive projects that get them out and get them involved, but this is something that they can do out of their own store cupboard in some cases, and yet feel part of a bigger response. And I think that's one of the things that we're always looking at, how we can be part of a bigger response to some of the needs.
I think the main thing about any church is just to show kindness and love, and the rest will follow.
And I guess the coffee morning, the food bank, those are actually ways of...
Yes, those are ways of trying to be a Christian 7 days a week.
I think because we're enjoined to love our neighbour as ourselves, and that's part of the practical... And for our people, the not showy way of doing it. I mean, certainly the Coffee Fellowship is a way of opening our plant, our buildings during the week and just inviting people to come. and it ends at 12:15 with 15 minutes of prayers, which is both our opportunity to pray through the Methodist prayer cycles for those who we're asked to pray for, but also to invite people, if they want to just come to a different kind of informal, simple service, to just come and join us for prayer as well.
Are you really telling me that those cakes and scones are not showy?
Well, we have a reputation for them, which worries me somewhat because we have a standard to keep up.